Okay. Hi everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Or if you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Landry, and today's video is one that I've put off filming for a while. I just came back from a sorority meeting, my makeup was done, and I'd been kind of thinking about it all day, and I decided I was just gonna do it. I've tried to film this video a couple of times, and every time I do, I just like can't do it. I don't know what it is, but I don't know. So let me start off kind of by saying like what this is. So a lot of people in my life know this. Some of you who watch my videos who I don't know personally obviously probably don't know this, but I decided to cancel my extension with Disney, and I am back in Nashville. I've been back for over a month now. This is so weird. There are a lot of reasons why I canceled my extension. And this is like gonna be like kind of like a rambly video. I'm trying to keep it short because I don't want this to be like 30 minutes of me being like, why I canceled my extension. But it's like, I don't feel obligated to explain myself. Like, I don't feel like I have to say, oh, this is why I canceled. But I want to, because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it was a really hard decision to make, and I feel like in the future there are going to be people who are also kind of in the same boat maybe, and that this can potentially be helpful. I don't know. I really like feel the need to sit down and talk about this and be like super upfront about it. So a little background on me. I applied for a Disney college program back in March. I applied on one of the last days applications were open. I got waitlisted because I did apply so late. I got pulled off the waitlist in May. Immediately accepted the offer. It was for quick service food and beverage, which was definitely not my first choice, but you know, I was just so excited that I got an offer at all, and so I was like, you know, I'm just gonna do it. And I did, and I got placed in Magic Kingdom at Pinocchio Village House, and that experience was not the best. I'm like really scared that this video is gonna sound like I'm bashing Disney and that I'm bashing my location. That's not my intention at all. I loved working. I don't want to say that because okay, this is not, the intention of this video is not to like bash anybody or bash Disney or like talk bad about anybody. It's just to like be totally completely honest about what my experience was like, and my experience was not completely positive. And I feel like if I don't disclose that, like if I'm not honest about that, like what's the point of this video? Oh my god, it's already 4 minutes I've been filming and I haven't even really. So I worked at Pinocchio Village House, and I ran into some issues where I found myself getting bullied by full-time employees. And that's one thing that I really dislike about the college program, is that there's a double standard in that full-time employees can push you around and yell at you in front of guests, and they can just be really awful to you and nothing happens to them. Whereas like if I were to exhibit any poor behavior, I would get termed instantly. My career with Disney would probably be over. I would be on a no rehire. Like, there's so many bad things that could happen to me as a CP if I exhibited even a percentage of the bad behavior that was shown towards me. And that's not me crying about, oh, it's unfair, it's unfair. That's just me being completely honest that there is a double standard, and fair, unfair, doesn't matter. It's not like, it's just, there is a double standard. And as a CP, that was really frustrating. So yeah. Also, I kind of have an issue with how the college program is run, especially when it came to extensions. They kind of blindsided us with the fact that we couldn't pick our roommates. So a lot of you know my roommate Maddie. She's been in a couple of my vlogs. She extended along with me. We were the only two people in our apartment who decided to extend. Our plan was just to live together because we liked each other. We were roommates. We were like, okay, this is perfect. And then it came out that people who were extending could not pick their roommates, couldn't even like link up with a single person, which I think is really ridiculous. And what's even more ridiculous is that we wouldn't find out where we would be living until the day we moved in. When you get your acceptance, you at least know what complex you're living in. You don't know what apartment number you're living in. You don't know how many people you're living with. But you know your complex. But for people who are extending, it was just like a shot in the dark. Like, you didn't know where you were going to be. You didn't know how far you're going to have to move your stuff. You didn't know if you would need a car, if you would have to like use the buses. Like, it was just like so many unknowns that made me really uncomfortable. And then also a big thing was that I didn't know where I would be working, and that really stressed me out. And like, I can't be upset about that because it's the same way when you first get into the program. You know your role, you don't know your location, you don't even know what park you're working in. But it's like, for some reason, like the extension part of that was really kind of scary, I guess, because I'd had such a bad experience at Pinocchio's. And again, Pinocchio's, it was just because of some of the people I worked with. There were so many CPs who worked there who were amazing. Some of my closest friends I still talk to all the time. My leaders and my coordinators are phenomenal, and I love them dearly, and they were such amazing people to work with. But there were some employees there who just were so awful to work with that they kind of ruined the whole experience for me. And I hate to say that just those few people had so much power over me, but then the stress of like, what if my next location is like this? Or what if my leaders are terrible? Like, I just didn't know didn't know what to expect. And that was really scary, was because I didn't want to go from one bad situation to another. I was really kind of putting all my eggs in that basket that this next location would be amazing, and the people would all be amazing, and the leaders and court, like everything would be amazing. And if that wasn't the case, I think I would have been completely just destroyed. And so, like, logistically, that's why I didn't extend. But also, like, on a personal note, I missed like my family and my friends and my sorority sisters like so much. One night one of my sorority sisters FaceTimed me, and I got a FaceTime with her, and I just like burst into tears. And this was after I decided I was extending. And already kind of in the back of my mind, I was debating, I was like, do I stay? Do I like go back home? Like, I was already kind of unsure. Even though I'd already put the deposit down, I'd already said I was staying. And then I talked to her, and I bawled my eyes out after I got the phone with her, and I just felt like suddenly, like, being there felt wrong. And I was just like overcome with this like need to be home, to be in Nashville, because as much as I love Disney my whole heart and soul, I don't think I ever want to work there again, because it has kind of ruined the magic for me, and I hate that, because Disney is so special to me, and I don't ever want that magic to be taken away. And so It's like, it's hard. It's really hard. And I don't know. So I talked to her, and at that point, I was, like I said, I was already having doubts, and that kind of like solidified those doubts and made me realize like I really do miss my friends back home, and I miss my family. Oh my god. I just didn't feel at home in Disney. And so yeah, my heart is never going to be in Orlando. It's always, a part of my heart will always be here in Nashville, where my family is, where my friends are. And I just, like, I couldn't give that up. And so, yeah, that's another part. And then also a lot of it was just like mentally, physically, emotionally, I was at such a bad place. A lot of days I would just come home from work and cry. I would cry on my way to work. I would cry on my way home from work. Sometimes I would cry at work. Like, I just was like so unhappy, and I still like don't really know why. I think a lot of it was just like I had this immense pressure to finish my program. Like, I couldn't self-term, I couldn't leave, like I had to finish my program. And so every day it was like kind of struggling to like, it felt like, honestly, towards the end, that I was just like, I had to really force myself not to like call out every day, not to just like completely abandon, like it got really hard, and it got to a point where I just was so ready to be done. And I feel really bad saying that, because again, it has nothing to do, my coworkers who were CPs were amazing. I love so many of them. They're so phenomenal. My leaders are wonderful. My coordinators were wonderful. I still talk to some of them, and I had like a family there that I love and I have so much respect for, but the job itself made me so horribly unhappy. I think it's because when you work at Disney, you see a really ugly side to people, and you kind of, that happens like with any service industry, but like Disney especially, like there's just like a level of entitlement that you come into contact with that kind of shakes you to your core. Like, you don't expect, like, you never imagined like people would ever kind of act like that. And so I think that kind of dealing with that every day for 5-6 months really kind of got to me, and it left me just mentally not in the best place. And also just like, I was so far away from my support system. Like, my sorority sisters are a huge support system for me, and to leave them and be away from them for so long, and to like see everything they were doing, and like to see just like how much fun they were having without, like, it just like, it really messed with me. And like, I knew if I stayed at Disney any longer, well, I knew if I stayed any longer that I would probably end up self-harming. And so I canceled my extension. And on January 2nd, my program officially ended. I was out of my apartment by 11. Picked up my mom from the airport around 4, and then we drove back to Tennessee. And I've been back here for about a month, a little over a month, and I feel significantly happier, I guess. It feels like there's like a weight off my shoulders. And this was like a really long explanation, but I really wanted to do it because I feel like I was scared to film this video, because I felt like I felt like I was letting people down. Like, I felt like there were people who were so excited for me to continue. So many of you said how excited you were to meet me, and that warmed my heart so much. I'm so sad I won't get to meet you all, but at the end of the day, I really had to do what was best for me, and staying at Disney would not have been in my best interest. So yeah, I ended up not extending. I'm back in Nashville. I'm no longer at Disney. And this is kind of why. That being said, I am going to continue to post some videos that I have from my program. I have a really fun 1-month anniversary video that I did with Maddie and Abigail, and Allison's in a little bit, and I have a video from when Abigail and I did Rope Drop Close Hollywood Studios and I saw Frozen Ceiling for the first time. I have some snippets into what our last day was like, and yeah, so I still have a little bit of Disney content that I'm gonna post, and I'm excited to post because it's really good memories and it's something kind of fun to look back on. But I'm also gonna be posting normal like college stuff. Like, I'm going on a trip this weekend with my mom, and I have all this like really exciting stuff planned. And so my channel's not over. I want you to think that I was like just gonna do Disney and like disappear. But also, like, I'm still like obviously gonna be posting some Disney content. I'm still probably gonna talk about the DCP. So yeah, I didn't post for a while because I was scared. I was scared to post this video, and I was scared to like even film it. But I feel like I needed to be honest. I needed to be very genuine about why I didn't stay. So yeah, so I have some fun lighthearted Disney videos coming. I have some fun vlogs for my vacation coming up, and yeah, so I also have some ideas for future videos if you guys want to hear me kind of go more in depth about the DCP, if you want to do like a spill the tea on the DCP kind of video, or if you have like questions at all, just let me know like what kind of videos you want to see about the DCP. But for the most part, I'm just going to kind of be posting videos that I filmed with my friends, my roommates, and some just college stuff from like life here in Nashville. Yeah, so this video is so long, oh my gosh. If you're still watching, thank you, you're a trooper. Again, this is just a video that I didn't feel obligated to film, but one that I really wanted to film. So thank you guys so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Hit that subscribe button and hit the bell notification icon so you get notified every single time that I post. Hopefully I'll start posting a little bit more regularly. I have a couple videos lined up. That'll be super fun. But yeah. Thank you guys for following along with me on my Disney journey. It's one that I'm immensely grateful for, and it's one that gave me the best friends I've ever had. But it's also one that needed to come to an end. So yeah, that's all. Thanks. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.